Alright guys, so here's another starter clutch that didn't work, so I figured as long as I'm in this mood I would take this one apart too. And the problem with this one is that this bearing is like totally frozen, so what I'm going to try to do is take some of this PB Blaster and just give it a little bit of a squirt in there and see if we can free up that bearing. If not, then oh, I feel it going already. No, maybe not. I think we need a new bearing on this one. She's, well, maybe it's loosening up. Maybe a little. If not, we're just going to have to get a new bearing for this side. And one of the springs was bent pretty good too. So we could probably stand to have a new spring on this sucker. But I figured that you got nothing to lose. Just give it a little squirt and see what happens. Huh. Loosening up? Not really. Yeah, so this bearing is toast, guys. So what I'm going to do is press the bearing out and just have to get a new bearing. It's not a big deal really. And then this one will be back in service too. Yeah, this bearing is no good. So we'll just press it out over here on the press, and we'll get a new one. And I need something to put over it so I can press it. I had this neat little pipe here with this cap on it. And this cap will fit right over the center of the bearing. Pretty nice. So let's see if we can do this. Just do this here. There we go. This press really is awesome. I can't believe I didn't get one of these things a long time ago. There we go. She's out. So this bearing is Schottky, and you know, I might get lucky and they might have one at Tractor Supply, but most likely I'll be buying one online somewhere. But that's the key deal. This bearing is shot, and the PB has loosened it up a little bit, but it's definitely got bigger issues than PB can solve. So I'll see if I can get a replacement, and then I can put this one back together, and now I'll have two working starter clutches. Somewhere in here I have a third one that doesn't work too, so I'll take that one apart at some point. So I'm going to show you what I got here in the mail this week. I got a 10-pack of these bearings here. They're Chinese bearings, but I got 10 of them for $19.99 with free shipping. This was my old bearing, which again is totally shot. It won't turn over at all. And oops, these new ones here are made by a company that's called HCN. I don't know, but for the price I can't really complain for $2 a piece. So what I'm going to do is press this new bearing down over the assembly here and reassemble this thing. My bearing on the bottom is fine, so I'm not going to bother to replace it. There's no issue with it whatsoever. I was kind of thinking as long as I have it apart, might as well change it, but there's really no point in scrapping a bearing that's perfectly fine, so we'll leave it on there. So what I'm going to do is just press this shaft back onto the new bearing and reassemble this thing, and we'll see how it comes out. Alright guys, I got this clutch back together and it works really good. So engine turns clockwise, which it's gripping like crazy, and it will freewheel going backwards. So it's really an easy job. All you need is a snap ring pliers and the press and a little patience, and it's good. One of my springs in here was a little mangled looking, but I put it back together and it works fine. So the Perfectionist probably would have replaced the spring, but I said we'll give it a shot, and it worked. So this was a $2 fix. Now I fixed 2 of these things in the last week, so I've got a third one sitting around here that doesn't work, so I might as well pop that one apart too while I'm in the mood.